Hey, you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today, we are here to discuss Drag Race France, Season 1,
Wee
Episode
wee.
7, the semifinals, honey. We
And
wrapping things up. We are
one
wrapping
episode left.
things up. Next one week. Uno. I know that's a different language, but uno mas. Uno mas. Okay? But we had a
Un.
makeup challenge this week. Overall, what did you think of this episode?
mm, Towards the end, I could kind of tell what their strategy was and who they wanted in their top three.
Yeah. Overall, I thought it was a great episode, but when we
Yeah.
got to those lip syncs,
Mm, they showed their whole hand.
baby, that's the category of this week.
Mm.
Production showing their hands. Because
All hands.
we saw it in Canada.
Yes.
We saw it down under.
Yes.
This week is the week of production showing their hands, honey.
Woo, Jesus.
Very clear what they're doing. But that's okay.
Mhm.
That is okay. We
This
are
one
going
I was kind of okay with,
this
mostly because
it
some of
made sense. Kind of like
yes.
when Jasmine Kennedy went home on the lip sync episode. It just made sense for Jasmine to go home. Even though she did lose all those lip syncs, in my opinion. But anyway, we will get into it. So I'm gonna say, let me go ahead and share this here. It's going ring. All right, so we come in after that very emotional lip sync between
Yes.
Lolita Banana and La Big Bertha.
Pink
They're
hair
coming in,
and patches.
yeah, and they're just basically giving her props for that moment.
Being so vulnerable on
Being
stage.
so vulnerable, shaving your head, like it was a moment, and that's gonna be one lip sync I will never forget.
Mm.
Ever.
As many I have HIV reveals and I'm this and I got that. It's like, oh my goodness, that one made me cry.
Yeah, and I went and added the song to my playlist. I have no idea what she's saying, but I just they're all saying. I'm like, but
That's how you learn French.
I
I
think that's
have
why
to
I picked
learn
up. I think that's why
Spanish.
I picked up so much on the Spanish that I do know is from music. Because baby, I have no idea what they be saying, but I'll be saying like, "Hey, having a good old time."
If I can pick up a word or two, I can figure out everything around it.
Pretty much. So
Mostly because they say things out of English order.
yeah, they say it backwards. And I've
Yeah.
noticed that with French too that they say things backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Like lip sync le jaune de.
Legendary.
I'm still kind of upset we don't say lip sync for our lives, but I get it. Legendary lip sync is cute, whatever. So the top four put their hands in the middle so that they can celebrate that they have made the top four, honey.
Woo!
They come in the next day, having a cute little moment, had a little conga line going. You know, I love a good conga line,
A
okay?
good kind of like.
So Lolita revealed the final product of what happened last week, and it's all gone. It's all gone, honey.
You
They
know how many haircuts I have seen this week on TikTok? People pulling a U.
Me too. This one person I follow cut their hair. I'm like, ooh, what are we doing?
Wait a minute, because there was this one lady on TikTok that reminded me of you because she was like, my hair has trapped so much trauma and it was like thinning and it was because she had dreadlocks too. So
Mm-hmm.
she went and she cut them off and I was like, oh, I should send this to Desmond. I said, but then he'd think I was being shady.
No, I would not have thought you were being shady. But Paloma won last week, so they gave Paloma her props, even though she shouldn't have won. You know, one thing I want to give big props to is the drag race community in France. They have been such a big help for us, helping us understand the references, helping us understand like what is actually going on. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, Paloma's was the funniest last week." I'm like, really? I even went back and rewatched. I'm like, no, the references just don't hit me, and it's it's not for me. I'm in y'all's world. And if it hits for y'all, baby, it hits for
we
y'all.
all in y'all's business.
We in your business. We just being nosy. That's all.
Just being nosy.
But yeah, the love we've been getting like has been super crazy. Like our Drag Race Philippines Meet the Queens have reached 2.2 thousand views.
Oh Lord.
Like y'all are coming through. Even the Down Under, which I'm really shocked about Down Under pulling in those numbers. But yeah, so just thank you everybody. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for us because we would greatly appreciate you.
Yes, because we cover it all.
We are covering it all. And it just makes us it was a big moment to see those numbers. I'm like, oh my God.
Right. And we are slowly but surely making this climb, although in the last 12 weeks or so, it's been kind of like a shoot for the stars.
We got to be honest. It's harder when you see two people of color trying to do this.
Yes.
The fact that we're growing as fast as we are, I'm super appreciative.
Yes.
Super appreciative.
Try not to cry.
Well, we got our rooster call. Nikki Doll on the screen. Nikki Doll walks in. So when she walks in, she starts looking around. And I'm like, girl, what you doing?
Right?
Like, what's going on?
It was confusing.
I'm like, girl, what you doing?
I was like, what?
She said, basically, I'm looking for the top 4, and this is their faces.
Like, oh.
I'm right here. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, honey? But Nikki announces that there is no mini challenge, which I'm like, what do you mean? I was very confused. I'm like, because before they told us about the lip sync situation, I pausedly run to the restroom when they got to the main stage, and I'm like, there's still 30 minutes left in this episode. What the hell are they can't be critiquing that long.
You know what? I saw that too, and I was confused.
I was very confused. I'm like, what's going on here? And then when Nikki announced what was happening, I'm like,
okay. A mini Perusa.
Okay. Similar to what Canada did, but they did this a reunion, then they did the Lollapalooza, that's what I'm gonna call it. They had the lip sync for the finale, honey. But anyway, so we find out that they're doing a makeover and they're doing their loved ones. So we had Cecile, who is the best friend of La Grande Dame. Jackie,
Meilleur, ami de so the Muse.
That's us when it comes
to height difference.
And Jackie also made this Jean-Paul Gaultier look that she wore week 1, that she wanted.
I was like, has she looked that good since?
We had Antonio, who is the best friend of Lolita Banana. And side note, their relationship
is freaking awesome.
And I felt like he had one, I feel like Lolita had an extra barrier to go over because she had to make over a straight man. When the rest of them were women who were somewhat okay with heels, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Antonio had to learn everything quickly.
But he turned it out though.
Turned it out. All for his daughter too. I loved it.
Yes. The fact that, outside of, our dearly loved cameraman and who else was a really good straight person? Oh, yes, our Maddie Morphosis. I have never seen a straight man embrace drag solely, wholly, it imbued him completely, and I loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed their relationship and just hearing their stories and how they were performing together. I'm like, work. I love that. And then we had Camila, the best friend of Paloma. And honestly, I thought that was her sister. And then when she said it, I'm like, okay, they're friends, but baby, they look so much alike.
Right?
I was like, oh, girl, okay. So we're going to get to the main stage. Here are our panel of judges for the week. So what do we think of Nikki Doll's look here?
I loved it.
It reminds me of the look that she does for the little bit at the beginning for the Rubio. It's just
the announcements.
But I like it. I'm like,
I like the hair.
The makeup, the hair. I love this puffy sleeve jacket situation she got going here. Like this works. Like I don't
It
think
makes.
there's
I'd be wondering how it's made. What do they fill it with?
no wonder. But the category is family traits. Up first, we have Paloma in Colombia. What did you think of this makeover?
I thought it was good. I mean, it was easy just because they have similar facial
Yeah, at
features.
times I didn't realize I couldn't tell which was which. And that's what I love from a makeover challenge. And it kind of bothered me. I think it was Kitty that said, "Oh, y'all look too much alike." That's the purpose.
Right.
That's
He
what the
was like,
makeover
I wanted
challenge
to
is.
see some differences. I was like, there was a height difference.
Yeah, and talking about, oh, one could have been pink, one could have been blue, or whatever. I'm like,
They usually get clocked for that on a regular season.
and I'm sitting there and I'm like, why? I was very confused. And I'm like, Lord, look at maybe are they trying to put her in the bottom? Because that's what I was thinking at first. I'm like, are they trying to put Bloom in the bottom here when if there was going to be a winner, should have been her? If we're going to be real, we'll get to that. But yeah, that was just like what. Up next is Lolita and Paquita Banana. Stunning.
Yo, the face is beat to the gods.
We did get this reveal a few weeks ago, so when they
We
clocked her
did.
on that, I'm like, okay, I got it. But baby, they turned look a cartwheel. And look at the heel. Look at the heel.
Full
Look at the
point.
heel. Baby, like 8. I really enjoyed this. And oh, I forgot. It was Kitty again. I don't know who pissed in Kitty's Cheerios in this episode, but Kitty was going in on everybody.
Yes.
I'm
He's like, it's the finale. I've been real sweet and cute.
But yeah, I'm like, Kitty, honey, Kitty.
Calm down, Kitty.
Up next, we have Soa and Kiki the Muse. I thought this was amazing.
Yes, that was gorgeous.
This way, and I knew there was going to be a difference, obviously, because they're not the same skin tone. But you could tell they're family. What's the same birds of a feather flock together? Did I say that correctly? Baby,
Yes.
That this was amazing. The only thing is that's Jackie's natural hair. I'm sorry, Kiki. That's Kiki's natural hair. I'd love to see in a wig. I would love.
Well, she had on this little coverall thingamajigger, but I think it fell off during the routine.
Got you.
Because you see it on the floor eventually.
And then we had Legrand and
Ma Petite.
Ma Petite Dame. I thought this was really cute. I did. When they were doing the little Barbie walks, I'm like, okay, hello train. Okay, this is you got to acknowledge the train because if you don't acknowledge it, though, somebody in the comments will. Hello train, thank you for joining us. I'm assuming you love this look. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, okay, yes, this is the train's favorite look of the week right here. Grant. What did you think of this look?
Cute.
It was cute as well. Very cute. So out of the 4 lined up here, who had your favorite makeover?
I'm gonna have to say Lolita Banana.
Okay, and I give it to Miss Paloma in Colombia over here. I lived.
Yeah.
In my opinion, these two got the harshest critiques, and I'm like, here's the thing: nobody did bad in this makeover challenge.
Oh.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, how are they going to judge this?
I was wondering that too.
Are they going to look at track records? Because with season 12, when they got to that last episode, everybody did so good in that final. They're like, okay, let's look at your track records. Who's done the best throughout the season?
Right.
So I'm sitting here like, maybe they'll do track records. Maybe they'll find some BS reason. And that's why I thought Kitty was being a little extra bitchy. And I'm like, okay, so the way they're talking, it looks like these two are going to be the bottom 2, and one of these 2 are going to win. And I'm like, okay, I can see them giving La Grande Dame the win, so these 3 can come in, because I knew Lolita was going home. I knew it. Baby, they played in my sister's face. She should have 2 wins this season. She should have won the girl group challenge.
Yeah.
And she should have won the talent show, or at least been in the top for the talent show. Hell, if they would have gave me a high placement for the talent show, I would have shut up. Just think. But yeah, so we do find out once the queens come back on the stage that we are going to do a lip sync for the finale. I'm like, okay, somebody must have watched Candace Drag Race and like, okay, well, we can do that. It's a cute idea.
Oh, the makeup.
Oh, baby, the face card never declines. So I was sitting there, but the way I guess I just took it from you having to read it, she said there's going to be 3 legendary lip syncs, and so far and so. I'm like, wait, so you're going to make them all lip sync, only choose one, then make them all lip sync again, choose another, then that final 2 going to lip sync against each other? That's the way I took it. Baby, I was finna gag. I'm like, you finna make all 4 of them lip sync, choose one, then the 3 to lip sync, choose one of them, and then let the final 2 lip sync against each other. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then when she started talking about pairing them up, I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing this like Canada season 2. All right, I'm here.
It's like, okay, I'm ready for it now.
I understand the assignment now. I that's the way I would have done. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, okay, all 4 of y'all finna lip sync. Here's your song. I'm only gonna choose one winner. Then the 3 ones that didn't win will lip sync again. Until there is only one queen left, and that queen gonna go to the house.
Well, dang.
That's how I would have did it. But we had the queen's names here and the song choices. So Kitty got to mix up the queen's cards. And then our guest judge got to choose. I didn't get the screenshot of her choosing, but she chose those 2 there. And Nikki revealed that they were Lolita Banana and So the Muse.
Yes.
So then we get to the songs where Daphne got to mix them up, and our guest judge here loved him. Actually, I love both of our guest judges, by the way.
Yes, they were good.
And then we find out the song is this song right here.
Whatever it is.
I'm not going to try it. So they have to lip sync to this song. And what did you think of this lip sync?
I thought they did really good.
This was a very close lip sync. But I think what gave it to Soa is that she was turning it while Lolita was still trying to get out that dress.
Yes. And
I think that was the slight thing, because once Lolita got out, oh, honey, it was a show. It was a show. I'm like, okay, ladies, okay, I'm here for this. I am entertained. I am loving what I'm seeing.
I love how they all go put on dancing shoes.
So, the song. Reading the lyrics, I'm like, is this a gospel song?
Right?
So I Googled. I did. Matter of fact, I went to Wikipedia. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all. I have it pulled up right here. I went to Wikipedia. And I'm like, okay, it's a gospel song. But here is the line that gets me. It was a Negro spiritual.
And is influenced by the Negro spiritual. Oh.
That is what disturbed my spirit. Why is this white lady singing a Negro spiritual? Who said this was a good idea? I understand it was 1995. But why are you singing a Negro spiritual, ma'am? And I kind of hate that I looked it up, because I'm like, oh, I'll just look it up because I think it's a gospel song. And then I find out it's inspired by Negro spiritual. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me. And it's just like, ooh.
Tainted.
Turn it off. Immediately.
Maybe this one needed to be muted too.
Oh my goodness, that irritated me. I'm like, damn it, why'd I look it up? I would have been and looked that up. Anyway, here's the rest of this lip sync. I felt like it was pretty close here at the end. Lisa did this right here. I'm like, honey, He's like, I gotta make up for that time for me to get out this dress. But so just really
She was giving Kitty everything he needed.
he was
His little booty shaking.
so Nikki made her decision and she decided that So the Muse won that lip sync.
But I knew they were gonna play in her face
I
anyway.
agree that Lolita lost. I do agree that So the Muse won. It's just because it took Lolita too long to get out that dress. Honestly, she could have worked that dress.
She could have.
She could have worked that dress into the song because it's a fun, upbeat, honey. She could have got the twirling and kicking and had a good old time. Good old time. So yeah, I think So the Muse won that lip sync. So up next, we have Paloma versus Le Grand Dame. Now, granted, we haven't seen Le Grand Dame perform at all.
Right, and I was worried.
I was nervous. I'm like, oh, my sis. Oh, my sis, honey. You know how much I love Le Grand Dame. Us tall people got to stick together. So the song is La Banana Split. Why did they give this song to Lolita?
No. I was thinking that too. I was like, well, that would have been perfect for Lolita.
Like, that would have been just so perfect. That would have been high camp right there. Lolita Banana lip syncing to La Banana Split. Come on. It was right there. It was right there. But anyway, what did you think of this lip sync?
It was pretty decent. I don't know how Le Grand Dame performed, honestly.
I thought this was a great lip sync. I did. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I really enjoyed this. I love the campiness that Paloma was bringing and the little dance moves she was doing. And then Le Grand Dame was also serving like supermodel and this crunchy ass split.
That's that I didn't stretch before I did it split.
Baby, I would have chose Le Grand Dame to win. Because what was this? I saw this and I'm like, girl, give it to Le Grand Dame. I would have. And then Le Grand's like, let me hit you with a cartwheel. And another one. But yeah, overall, I thought this was a really cute lip sync up to that crunchy split. Le Grand Dame back. And then Paloma went back to her little campiness. I'm like, okay, cute. Nikki decided that Paloma won the lip sync. I disagree. I would have given it to Le Grand Dame. What about you?
You know what? I think I probably would have too, because this was, besides the name pulls, this was the other point that I knew. I was like, oh, producers got their hands. I said, but it was just hard for me to try and figure out which one they were going to get rid of. And then I really just thought about it and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I know who they really trying to get rid of.
Honey, I knew coming into this episode Lolita was leaving. I knew. I just didn't know we were going to have us a little lip sync for the finale, honey. So Le Grand Dame is going to have to lip sync again. So we're back on the stage and Nikki's like, you may change your outfits if you wish. I'm like, oh, we pulling the stunt. She told them the song, then told them you could change your outfit if you want to. And I think the only reason Le Grand Dame said yes, because Le Grand Dame probably didn't know the words. It was like, okay, that gives me a little bit longer to learn the words.
Right.
Because Lolita's like, no, I'm good, honey. Shit, if I would have known that, I would have waited till now to take that off. This would have been perfect time. She's like, oh yeah, I could do it, and then just take it off. Whoop, I'm ready. But then again, she didn't know that was going to happen. But Le Grand Dame's like, please. So she goes, she changes into, I don't know what this outfit was. I'm just so glad she didn't wear it on the runway.
Right.
So here we go. Final lip sync is to La Grenade by Clara
Luciani.
Okay, we said it the same way.
That sounded Italian.
Yeah, because I know without the I is Lucian. So I'm like, is it Luciani? Okay. Final lip sync.
Who do you think won this lip sync?
asking you. Wait a minute, don't you turn the question on.
Ah,
I was asking you. What did you think?
like I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't tell. Especially when you start doing the same moves. But I think like Lolita turned it out, but I already knew they were gonna send her home anyway.
I agree. I thought Lolita won this lip sync. But they're like, there's no way they're gonna send Lolita to this is a beautiful screenshot. There was no way they were gonna send Lolita to the finale, especially with her not having any wins.
Mm-hmm. She only had one main challenge win.
She did have a mini challenge win. But yeah, Lolita won this lip sync. But Nikki Doll announces that Le Grand Dame will be staying with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we must say goodbye to Lolita Banana.
Oh.
Is our top 3.
Yay!
Are you Team Paloma, Team Soy de Muse, or Team Le Grand Dame? It's official. We're going into next week. Who is winning?
Like, who do I know is gonna win, or who do I hope to win?
It doesn't matter. What is your opinion? Who is going to win? I don't care if it's who you hope or who you think. Who is going to win?
Because who I hope would be Soa.
Mm-hmm.
Who I think is probably Le Grand Dame.
Le Grand Dame and Soy de Muse are obviously in the top 3 that I picked. So look at me picking 2 of the top 3. Go me.
Hey, I think I picked Paloma and Soa. I know I picked Soa.
No, we picked the same for France. Remember, we did Big Bertha,
Soa,
and Le Grand Dame.
Hey.
But I often pick quite a few of the top because apparently I need to be.
But I didn't cheat.
Apparently I need to be a producer because baby, I can see their hand from episode 1. Oh, she going. I want her there. Honestly, Le Grand Dame was the one that I put in there that I'm like, I want her there. I'm not sure if she's going to make it there. But hey, she made it. She made
it.
So out of Grand and Soy de Muse, I'm going to say, because I always make you pick, so I'm going to pick as well. I am going to say Team Soy de Muse.
Okay.
I feel like she's been given the winner's edit, even though out of the 3 she has the worst track record. But then again, who cares about track record anymore? You know what I'm saying? Once you get to the finale, it's really about what you do in that finale. And we find out next week they're going to be doing a remix to the realness, that realness. And they have to do it in English. I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, so got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so got this.
It's gonna come down to that final runway because it's three categories in the finale. Obviously, the remix, the final runway, and you have to win 2 out of the 3. And I think Soy de Muse for sure is going to get that lip sync.
Yes,
and possibly get the challenge. And depending on what she got saved up for this runway, she could take it. So I am officially Team Soy de Muse.
Hey,
I am because I love Paloma, and honestly, there's a good chance she might take it. There's a real good chance, honey, because she ate this season. I just wish she would have ate earlier so I could have put her in my top 3. But out of the 2 that I have left in the finale, I am going to say Soy de Muse. Soy de Muse. Yes, honey.
I wish I knew what my list was because I'm pretty sure Paloma was on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up here in a minute. But we want to thank y'all so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Like we said earlier, the love you've been showing us here on the channel has been appreciated. So just once again, we're going to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe because we're a good time, honey. Come have a good time with us. Like, what else are you doing? Come have a good time with us, okay? We're gonna be talking all things Drag Race, honey. We got plenty coming. Plenty. Because is it this week? I think this week Secret Celebrity starts. You know,
Oh, okay.
before at one
I
time.
am so glad one of my this is the last week for one of my
Oh,
classes.
and maybe some tea about how this season's gonna work came out, honey. I'm gonna tell you once we get off of here. But anyway, go ahead and tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me at Cresha McGill, that's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all tomorrow with our Canada's Drag Race review.